All right guys, so if you're wondering like how to smoke a brisket in an offset smoker, I'm just gonna give it to you straight. So this is my offset smoker, smoking some post oak right now. And if let's say you wanted to smoke a brisket in an offset smoker, one of the first things you wanna do before you even start seasoning the meat is to get this thing lit up. In my other videos, I show you how to light and manage the fire in an offset smoker, but from a high level, you want to open up all the grates to provide for maximum airflow. You want to get some charcoal and a big old thing of log type of wood. Put it on there, get a chimney starter, light it up the charcoal in the chimney starter, pour it all over the wood, open up all the grates, make sure you can actually start seeing smoke and a clear blue flame out of the wood itself. Wait for that to catch, close the grate, open up the chimney, and I actually just did this so you can kind of see like the clear blue smoke. You can kind of see it but kind of not. That's exactly what you want. You don't want something that's like chugging a bunch of white smoke. That's not good smoke, and you don't want to put anything in that. We can talk about that in other videos, but if you're up to me and how to smoke a brisket, I would do that first, then start seasoning the brisket. So let's say you have like a 20-pound packer brisket, like a monster-sized brisket, right? Well, what I would do is get some oil, get some Pam, or get some like, olive oil as an example, lather that thing up before you do anything. Get your seasoning. I use kosher salt and black pepper since we're here in Central Texas, and you really don't need a whole lot to begin with, but I would do that, season it all up, and then throw it on the smoker and let it rip for probably 6 to 12 hours, depending on how hot and fast you cook it at. And so as far as like cooking it, you want to focus on, as far as temp management, doing like 225 to 250 degrees Fahrenheit, and you want to probe it in the thickest part of the flat to measure the internal temperature. And you just want to do that, maintain the fire and all that stuff. And you can do that by opening these little grates right here to provide for airflow and all that stuff. And then eventually it'll push past the stall, get to the point to where it'll go to like 201 degrees in internal temperature. Then what you do is you get a toothpick and you start probing around to see when it probes tender, and then that's how you know it's done. And so there's really not a whole lot of science or really a whole lot to it, to be quite honest. It's kind of like the repeatable, like you fire up the smoker, you season the meat, you put it in the smoker, you wait for it to cook, and you pull it out at the right time. At the end of the day, that's really all there is to it. There's just a few different caveats and times and place on when to do certain things. And so anyways, that was kind of a mouthful, but hopefully that was kind of helpful. If you want more of an in-depth tutorial, there's plenty of videos going all deep dive into offset smokers, brisket, everything. So let me know what y'all think, and I'll catch y'all later.